Will the class of 2024 please present yourself?
May everyone please rise for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. Good evening, everyone. My name is Drew Williams, and it is my honor to welcome you to the 56th Annual Ann Arbor Huron High School Commencement Ceremony. A special welcome and thanks to all the family and friends who have made an impact on the graduates who sit before you today. My fellow graduates, we've worked so hard the last 4 years to make it. From face mask mandates to social distancing, we made it and are here today, ready to graduate. Give yourself a round of applause. On behalf of the class of 2024, I would also like to express thanks and gratitude to the Ann Arbor Public Schools staff and teachers at Huron for their support. Now I present you our principal, Mr. Carter.
Great job, Mr. Williams. Welcome to the 2024 56th Commencement at Ann Arbor Huron High School. Today, we gather to honor and celebrate the completion of 4 years of high school, and I couldn't be prouder to be in this room as the lead principal to get you through this ceremony. As an international baccalaureate world school, Huron has partnered with over 5,700 schools worldwide in 160 countries. We stand among the top schools both nationally and within the state of Michigan. Huron High School symbolizes excellence in preparing students for success in today's world. Our commitment to academic excellence and global mindset set us apart. We're proud of the achievements of all of you today. Let us show our love and our appreciation for the class of 2024 one more time, parents. On behalf of Huron, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests, faculty, and parents. We do ask that you please follow common expectations of decorum throughout this ceremony, but we also know all the sacrifices you made, so sometimes you just got to get it out. We understand that. Get it out, get it out. Today's ceremony is an acknowledgement of success achieved for the class of 2024. Whatever happens next, 2024, I need to remind you that Huron prepared you first. Instrumental in supporting us, the work that we do every day at the building, we have our guests today from the Board of Education and Central Administration. Please hold your applause until I announce every name. Thank you. President Torshio Feaster, Vice President Crystal Dupree, Trustee Rima Mohammed and Ernesto Carajero, Suzanne Schmidt, the Treasurer, Susan Basquet, the Parliamentarian, and Mr. Jeff Gaynor, Trustee. Are you all here? Round of applause for all of our Board of Education people. Additionally, I'd like to welcome our executive team, led by Ms. Jazz Park, Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Dawn Linden, Assistant Superintendent, Teaching and Learning, Ms. Concetta Lewis, Executive Director, Office of Special Education, Dr. Robin Thompson, Executive Director of High School Education, Ms. Kia Hagans, Executive Director of Human Resource and Employee Relations, and Ms. Liz Margolis, Executive Director of School Safety. Please give them a round of applause for being here today. We recognize the countless sacrifices made by parents and families to support these young people. None of this happens by accident, but it's all about them today because they choose to step up and be accountable for their own learning and their own actions throughout their time at Huron High School. Your journey begins when you decide that you are no longer satisfied with what is, and I think every student in here today is no longer satisfied with what is. The reason I know that is because I asked them today, can I keep you for one more year? And they were like, nah, I think we're done. So no matter how arduous or challenging something may appear to be, my reminder is to just take the first step. Huron prepared you first for challenges unrehearsed. Remember, through any season, you are adaptable. Approach every task with enthusiasm and passion, and the outcome will be your unique brand. I'm also pleased to introduce my leadership team and staff who have been essential in our day-to-day operations at Huron High School. I stand alongside I stand next to Marcus Edmondson, but you saw that. Michael Summerton, Tony Wyron, Karen Siegel. And today I'm joined on stage, I think for the first time in history, by two historical figures who both led Ann Arbor Huron High School for a combined 26 years. Dr. Arthur Williams served Huron for 20 years. Dr. Joy Tamayo, who recently celebrated her 93rd birthday, and the first female and first African-American principal at Ann Arbor Huron High School, served from 1987 to 1993. I need to add that Dr. Joy Tamayo handed me my diploma when I sat out there with you years and years ago. So it's very special that she's here. Thank you. Additionally, in any journey, we're supported by high-quality professionals. None of us do this alone. Because of my team, I'm able to support and develop students with transferable future-ready skills to step up and be leaders in this new world. Any staff member in attendance, all staff members in attendance from Huron High School, past, present, current, please stand. Thank you for your service. In any journey, there are departures. And this year we acknowledge and thank the following retirees for their service. When I say your name, please stand and please stay standing. Mr. Carmen DeFranco, Ms. Janet Lemansky, Ms. Andrea Klein, Mr. Thomas Schmidt. Please stay up for just a little bit longer. Additionally, we bid farewell to a remarkable leader and advocate. Our PTSO president has served faithfully along my side for the last 9 years, not just at Huron High School, but at Clegg Middle School. Mrs. Baker's final child is graduating today, and she's in section 120. I'm going to ask her to stand up. Thank you for spending countless hours providing learning opportunities and life lessons. As we all know, all great opportunities flow from a great education and a strong support system. Having our retirees leave us today and our PTSO president leave us today is just a reminder how impactful we can be when we all work together with parents, students, families, and staff. So thank you all. You may be seated. All right, class of 2024, it's your turn. If what they say is true, that pressure makes diamonds and can also cause a pipe to burst, then each of you is poised for greatness because Huron prepared you first. Reflect, but don't dwell on past experiences that are hard. They've already happened. Identify what you can learn from them and then move in the moment. I don't know how many of you caught the impromptu speech by Carol Lawson, the Duke women's head basketball coach. Show of hands, how many people caught that? Okay, you need to Google it. This is powerful. She reminds us that too often we all want things in life to get easier. And the fact is it will never get easier. What happens is you handle hard better. So I'm going to take that message and send it on to you and say, challenge yourself to do hard better. Don't look for the easy way out. You possess a deep knowledge, you're well-versed in individual capacities, in all endeavors, stay fully immersed, and you've had practice because Huron prepared you first. It's not just about receiving your diploma today. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. So when you turn that tassel, today it's like turning on that on switch. After that, it's all on you what you want to do. The game is on. And remember, do the hard stuff and do the hard better. Whether you're headed into the trades, workforce, entrepreneurship, a gap year just to reflect, the U.S. Armed Services, community college, Ivy League, and all between, we are all Huron, and we've always been a force to be seen. From competitions far and wide, our alumni spans around the globe. So as far as I can say it, being a former graduate and a river rat, let me be the first to welcome you to the fold. From competitions far and wide, from the auto shop to international trips, the hallways, the courts, the swimming pool dips, the river rats on ice, the athletic fields, concert halls, and video chats, Huron is where you learn to rise above the best. With minds molded like masterpieces and hearts filled with thirst, consistency is key in crescendo of achievement. Huron prepared you first. In multiculturalism, you've been fully immersed. How do I know? Because Huron prepared you first. And when you experience the lows and you start to lose steam, recalibrate the target and don't sleep on your dreams. For no one but you can define your worth. You are born champions, class of 2024, the Kobe year. In life's grand symphony, Huron prepared you first. Congratulations, class of 2024. Excellent. I'd like to welcome to the podium the class message and our student speaker for this evening, Gabriella Mayron.
Class of 2024, we made it. Today, as we stand on the threshold of our graduation, I am filled with a deep sense of pride and gratitude. My name is Gabriella Mayron, but many of you know me as Gabby. While we may not all know each other personally, we are forever united by our shared experiences and the journey that has brought us to this moment. First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt thanks to the teachers, faculty, coaches, parents, and siblings who have supported us every step of the way. Your guidance and encouragement and belief in us have been the foundation of our success. And the 2 cans of Red Bull that helped me finish writing the speech, I owe you a great debt of gratitude as well. I want to specifically thank my mom and dad for being so supportive and open. You pushed me to be my best self, but were never overwhelming, just encouraging. And to my day one, Terrence Springer, who's sitting in the crowd somewhere over here, you have been with me since elementary school. Our time at Huron High School has been defined by diversity, by our students, clubs, and programs. This diversity has allowed each and every one of us to carve out a unique path. For me, that path led to the automotive program, trying out several new sports, and the Project Lead the Way engineering path. Despite our varied journeys, we share a common bond. We began our high school careers in the midst of a global pandemic. As freshmen, we navigated the challenges of online learning, mask faces, and the fear of spreading COVID-19. Despite these obstacles, we persevered. We adapted to new ways of learning and interacting, demonstrating resilience and strength beyond our years. It was new to us in so many ways, beyond just being a freshman at a new school. Now we are preparing to step into the next chapter of our lives. For many of us, that may be stepping into an era of student loans. Maybe we will live in a new location, get an out-of-state education, or simply move out of our childhood home. But today, as we look back on our time together, we remember the late-night study sessions, spark notes and Quizlets to get us through those forgotten assignments, and the unwavering support of our teachers and mentors. We reflect on the lessons we have learned, both inside and outside the classrooms, and the friendships we have formed that will last a lifetime. We start all the way back in 2011, the first day of kindergarten, when some of us adventured out of our dens for the first time with bright eyes and a positive outlook. We spent hours on the playground with the floor is lava, hanging off the monkey bars, climbing to the top of these structures thinking we were oh so high, and the art classes. Oh, the art classes. I still have my ceramic bird nest that looks more abstract than anything, but I was still very proud to bring it home. I think it goes without saying that many of us don't realize that those memories, those days, might just be the best of our lives, where ignorance is bliss and our fear almost non-existent. We had no worries, no mental health burdens. While that may be true, we also have to realize that growing throughout those experiences made us stronger, made us who we are. Our journey to this point has been filled with challenges and triumphs, moments of doubt, moments of clarity, but through it all, we have persevered. I actually want to share a personal story of mine that comes from junior year. Mr. Snyder, props to you. I started off my year knowing absolutely nothing about cars, but I had just got my driver's license in a car and wanted to learn. My joy became spending every single day in the auto lab during both my lunch period and the class. And he saw this passion so much so that he got rid of his lunch period to advance me into the next auto level class and create a brand new period for us. Then, one day in October, he mentioned drag racing and said that for any of us who come, he'll grill. But I wasn't just gonna show up, no. I brought a car. I challenged myself and brought my neighbor's crusty old 2002 Mercury Sable to the drag track and raced it that day. I knew nothing about drag racing, just as I had known nothing about cars at the beginning of the year. I remember many other participants showing off their parents' flashy Mustangs and Chargers, saying they were years ahead of me in experience. Some of the schools had 10 to 20 racers, and I was the only one with Ann Arbor Huron written on the window of my car. I was proud to do so. As my day started, during my trial run, I beat many who knew the game I was just learning. I started passing others around me, winning my runs. I remember the big grin on my face each time I came around, waving that white slip that indicates my victory, till it was me and one other racer remaining. And I remember putting my pedal to the metal and winning that first place trophy that day. I will never forget either. I have a video of that moment. My automotive teacher screaming at the top of his lungs, she won, oh my gosh." I remember the pride I felt going to school the next day with that trophy. And I also remember Mr. Snyder sharing his trophy from the teacher bracket, and I remember saying, "Yeah, but your trophy says runner-up, and mine says winner." Which I'm sure he loved hearing. The point of this story, though, is to remind you to step out of your comfort zone going forward. Do things you've never done. Learn, explore, and make friends. You'll never know when you will enjoy it, but I can say, if you choose to never try, you may regret it later. As we prepare to embark on the next chapter of our lives, try new things, do something difficult, and let us carry with us the values that have guided us: integrity, perseverance, and a commitment to excellence. Let us embrace the changes and challenges that lie ahead with courage and conviction, knowing that we have the knowledge, skills, and determination to succeed. Let us remember to cherish the moments of joy, laughter, and camaraderie that have defined our time together. And like my experience with Mr. Snyder, know that you will always have somebody screaming in joy at support at the top of their lungs. Let us celebrate our achievements, no matter how small, and be grateful for the experiences. Congratulations, class of 2024. The world awaits, and I have no doubt that each and every one of us will go on to do great things. Thank you.
Great job.
Well done, Gabby, well done. Next up, we'll have a music selection. I See the Light from Tango, performed by Glenn Slater, Alan Menken, Alexander Harris, Lillian Pinsky, and the Symphony Orchestra, led by our amazing director, Tim Crone.
All those days watching from a window, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. Now I'm here, blinking in the starlight. Now I'm here, suddenly I see. Standing here, it's oh so clear, I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new. It's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you.
All those years chasing down a daydream, all those years living in a blur, all that time never truly seeing things the way they were. Now we're here, standing in the starlight. Now we're here, suddenly I see. standing here. It's crystal clear, I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light,
and it's like the sky is new,
and it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you. Now that I see you.
Thank you so much. At this time, we would like to do the acceptance of the class gift to the Board of Education. On behalf of the Board of Education, we have Vice President Crystal Dupree here, and the gift will be presented by the class from Sri Tharika Jyothipuram Jayakumar. Come on up.
Good evening. My name is Sri Tharika Jyothipuram Jayakumar, and I'm honored to stand before you this evening as we celebrate the culmination of our journey together. As the representative of the Class of 2024 Executive Board, I want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to the teachers, staff, families, and friends who have stood by our side and supported us along the way. The Class of 2024 Executive Board was determined not to let the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, which saw much of the school year conducted virtually, stand in the way of fostering a sense of community among the freshman class in 2020 through We Connect Wednesdays. As schools began to reopen, we focused on getting students re-engaged with in-person activities while still maintaining safety protocols through our very own outdoor Friendsgiving, Winter Wonderland game night, and so much more, all while wearing masks. We ended our junior year by encouraging graduating seniors to contribute their remaining meal balances to students with outstanding student meal balances. Now, as seniors, we started off strong with the senior sunrise, homecoming, and the pep rally, followed by winter formal, prom, and then ended with the senior sunset. I am truly proud of how the board has adapted easily through the transition from virtual to hybrid to fully in-person activities, always having the betterment of their class's high school experience in mind. As a small token of appreciation, the Senior Executive Board would like to present the incoming class of 2028 with $1,000 to build up a sense of community here at Huron. We also realize how important a free student press is to keep things transparent among the students. We are proud to offer a $500 donation to the Emory, our national award-winning student newspaper. The coverage given by the Emory, such as the recent budget analysis of our school, has proven to be invaluable to us in keeping our community informed and empowered. The remaining funds will be used for school branding projects. We hope that this project can be something we celebrate every day by showering our school spirit and core values. Thank you. Go Rats.
On behalf of Ann Arbor Public Schools Board of Education, we accept this gift. We thank you, and we congratulate the class of 2024.
At this time, we will have a music selection, our Huron alma mater, On the Banks of the Huron, performed by the bel canto a cappella choirs, and symphony orchestra. All right, students may go back to their seats at this time. Quick transition here. And while they're moving back to their seats, just a couple reminders to all of our students, class of 2024. I want to urge you to be intentional about how you treat people, because all people are living in this human experience are deserving of respect and kindness. And being inclusive is really about leaving space at the table for others' needs when it's about them and not centering things around yourself. And remember, through all of this, Huron prepared you first. You've had multiple opportunities to engage each other, to engage administration, to engage parents. And so I hope that this time with you today, while I know that you're here to get that diploma, I hope some of the words that have been said by some of the speakers today are starting to sink in for you. The next portion of our agenda asks that we talk about citizenship and scholarship. As we celebrate the accomplishment of today's students, it's important to recognize the values and qualities of the awards that we're going to present. The awards not only honor academic excellence, but also the character and contributions that enrich our school. We have approximately 417 graduates here today. Can we get a round of applause for that? Amongst this group of students, there's a distinguished group who have achieved a 3.9 GPA above or higher for their entire career at Huron High School. If you are wearing a gold collar, please stand to be recognized. Let them all see you. Congratulations. You may be seated. As we give these awards today, I'm going to call you to the front of the stage. None of the students know who was selected by these awards. The Huron High School gives special recognition to seniors who've been designated by the faculty and staff to be outstanding scholars and citizens. The first two awards are the Paul K. Myers Award and the University of Michigan Citizenship Award. When I call your name, please come to the front of the stage. Arav Bajani, Sonia Sheljakar, Brendan Hish, and Sarah Conley. Let me see that confident walk, River Rats. Let me see that confident walk. There you go. This award is named after the first principal of Huron High School. It's recognition of good scholarship, clean personal character, leadership of fellow students, dependability and worthy enterprises in service to school and athletics, public speaking, dramatics, music, art, and government. Congratulations to all of them. Our next award is the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Award. The following students please come forward. John Verga and Courtney Jackson. She's first. The intent of this award is to honor those students who have personal relations and reflect respect and consideration of others regardless of their race or status. They display leadership in promoting respect and consideration and have been actively engaged in organized efforts at Huron High School. The next award is the Dr. Arthur Williams Integrity Award. And that is Dr. Williams right there. That is Dr. Williams. 20 years at Huron High School. The following students come forward. Lucas Weintraub, Gabriella Mayrin. This recognition is given to the students who have made outstanding contributions to Huron High School. The intent of the award is to honor those students who have made positive contributions to Huron, the climate, and display characteristics of friendship, understanding, and optimism. and it's given by our longest-serving Huron principal, Dr. Arthur Williams, of 20 years. Congratulations. Our next award is the Dr. Joetta Mile Understanding and Sharing Diversity Award. And if you ever want to do some research, Google that. It was a program that we did back in the 90s at Huron to help us overcome some of the barriers that were presented by having such a diverse community in our school. The following students who've earned that distinguished recognition this year are Jack Regan and Sri Tharika Jyotipuram Jayakumar. Come forward. This award gives special recognition to those who've made outstanding contributions to understanding, sharing, appreciating the cultural diversity of Huron High School. The intent of this award is to honor those students who demonstrate the following characteristics: knowledge and understanding of cultural, ethnic, racial, and religious differences, an appreciation of the contributions, styles, and values of others, and an ability to communicate and actively share their understanding and appreciation with other students. Congratulations. Our final award is the Charles Baird Humanitarian Award. The following students please come forward: Kashav Patchett and Lorelei Sell. A little bit about this award. It's for leadership. Extensive participation, and it is intended for humanitarian service towards others using the following guidelines: humanitarian attitude toward classmates, high moral character, outstanding dependability, and an unselfish outlook. Congratulations. These awards remind us of the importance of integrity, service, and leadership in shaping a vibrant school and a supportive community. Congratulations to all of our students. Each year, yes, thank you, clap there. Each year, our senior class has the privilege of selecting a commencement speaker from the dedicated staff at Huron High School. This choice reflects a deep connection and respect for our students and the respect that they have for their educators. It is my pleasure to welcome this year's chosen speaker, someone who's made a significant impact on our school community, our esteemed paraeducator, Mr. Bruce Popejoy.
Good evening, and thank you, graduates, your parents and families and friends, for being here for this life event for you, one you have waited many years for. This is your night. You will shine. We are going to let you shine. Sup, class of 2024. Do you remember when I told you that high school goes by really fast? Boy, hasn't this been a really fast and interesting ride, not only for you, but for me. I was asked earlier this year if I regret not having my own kids by a student who is out there on the floor. My response was, nope. You are all my kids, but it has a caveat. I can send you home at the end of the night. I don't have to feed you. I don't have to help you with your homework. I don't have to clothe you. I don't have to be your transportation, and you're not messing up my house. I do that myself. And boy, is it a mess right now. 77 years ago. This is something I learned back in the early 80s. But the problem is it wasn't 7 years ago. It was 8 years ago that I joined the class of 2024. I was assigned to a visually impaired student at Allen Elementary. Oh my God, I'm 48 and back in elementary. Boy, had things changed since I was in elementary. That year, Allen had flooded, and we were sent off to Ypsi. You were bused there. The building was not set up for an elementary, but you all survived. The students could not believe my attire. I wear shorts, a golf shirt, and tennis shoes almost every day, year-round, which was a little different than they were used to at elementary. I was also asked to participate with you guys in gym class. But I was warned by Miss Hamilton, the only call out I think I'm going to give tonight, that I was to take it easy on you because you were kids. And I go, why? What for? You've got to learn that balls are going to come flying at you during dodgeball really fast. I also remember that you had a lot more recess time than I did. What was up with that? I still remind some of you how tall you were when I first met you. I was the giant tree, you were the young sapling. They had it coming, they had it coming. Elementary was over, and I got to meet more of you at Tappan Middle School. During your middle school years, you gained more knowledge, and I sat in my assigned seat like you sat in your assigned seat. I was there to help certain students, but I helped you all. Even when sometimes it made me more bald than I already am. And then the teachers would call on me. Whose idea was that? This is when you realize that I was not no normal educator, because I started dancing in the hallways and occasionally tag game in the hallways. You wore this old man out. I had to go home to my quiet house. You had required classes, but you were able to take art, band, choir, orchestra, and many more. Extracurricular items also came up: sports and dances. I still don't know why they called it a dance at middle school, because you didn't dance. You just ran around. You grew taller and I shrunk. I blame it on gravity and my little obsession with chocolate, which you all know. You wanted me to throw chocolate at you tonight, but I couldn't. Then I met more of you when we got to that funny-shaped building, Huron High School, which it almost took us 2 years to learn how to find classes and to figure out where things were. I became more animated as we progressed through the years. And for some reason, some of you thought I should be sharing the knowledge I had and giving you answers. Sorry for your luck. If I had to do it, you had to do it. This is why I introduced you to Mr. Google and asked you not to visit Miss Wikipedia. You are now my height. I am no longer the giant tree in the forest of class of 2024. I tried to make every day fun with dancing in the hallways, singing in the hallways, standing behind you when you were doing TikToks when you didn't realize I was standing behind you. But I tried to let you know that learning was important, even when you did not understand the subject or always agree with the teacher. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. You are now graduating. Fear and change is a fact of life. If changes hadn't happened, you would have never got to meet me, because I'd still be over at the other high school. I have seen you blossom into great young adults. Some of you still need an alarm. You need a pause and a muse button, and every now and then, a piece of chocolate. You will go far. The teachers over the years have given you a great path for success. You just need to stay on that path. Whatever it is, college, trade school, the military, a gap year, or just going out and finding a job. Congratulations, class of 2024. I will remember the time we had together in the last 8 years. You have flown by those 4 years faster than you ever thought. Just remember, I don't run that fast, so I couldn't keep up. Once a river rat, always a river rat. You will be missed, and remember, you can come back and visit, but make sure you make an appointment or check in at the front door. Thank you. Have a great day.
At this time, it is my distinguished pleasure to bring my friend, Ms. Jazz Park, Superintendent of Schools, to give orders to the class of 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. Good evening, faculty and staff, proud parents and family, and most importantly, good evening, Huron High School graduating class of 2024. It is with great honor that I stand before you today to honor and present the class of 2024. As we gather and celebrate this wonderful occasion, I want to acknowledge the extraordinary journey that the class of 2024 has undertaken. Seniors, as Gabby talked about in her class message, you have faced unprecedented challenges throughout your academic journey. You finished 8th grade online and you started your high school career remotely. Your ability to quickly adapt to changes and persevere through these ups and downs is truly remarkable. In the face of adversity, you have shown us what it means to be resilient. Class of 2024, you have shown us time and time again that you are capable of doing hard things and handling hard better, and you have persevered and emerged stronger and more prepared for your future. Throughout your journey, remember that you are not alone. We here at Ann Arbor Public Schools, your teachers, your friends, your administrators, we will always be here to support and guide you. You are not just graduates of Huron High School, you are now forever a part of the Ann Arbor Public Schools family. Each and every one of you possesses unique talents, abilities, and those abilities and talents will propel you towards continued greatness. I want you to know that we here at Ann Arbor Public Schools, we believe in you. Our commitment to your success does not end with your graduation. It extends far beyond this moment. You have already proven that you can adapt to unexpected circumstances, and that adaptability will serve you well in your future endeavors. So congratulations, class of 2024. You've made us proud. We cannot wait to see the incredible things that you will continue to achieve. May your journey be filled with joy, success, and a continued display of that resilience that defines each of you. So at this time, Mr. Carter, family, parents, faculty, on behalf of the Ann Arbor Public Schools Board of Education, I formally accept this Huron High School class of 2024 as having fulfilled all of the requirements and obligations necessary. Absolutely. All of the obligations necessary for graduation from the Ann Arbor Public Schools. And as interim superintendent of schools, I hereby, Mr. Carter, authorize the awarding of diplomas. Congratulations, class of 2024.
All right, take your positions.
Here we go.
All right, the moment you've all been waiting for as we take our places. I want to remind all of our parents and families, please allow every student's name to be heard. That's what everyone is here for, so please help me and do that. Thank you. Let's get it started.
Omar Abdul Haq. Ahmed Abdel Mumene. Lillian Abed. Jabril Abernathy. Jaden Abraham. Alina Adams. Rahaf Al-Kawaji. Mohammed Zubair Alam. Justin Allen.
Nyla Allen.
Sham Al-Muhammad Al-Alam. Dejanay Andrews.
Melanie Avila.
Ahmed Awad. Noor Awad. Fancy Bagchi. Aisha Ba. Ada Bidel. Graham Baker. Savita Bandaranayaka. Terrence Banks, Jr. Lola Barrett. Go ahead. Isaiah Barrientos. Sadie Bates. Henry Beard. Brooke Bennett. Samuel Bircher. Michael Rafael Beskin Diaz. Arav Bojani. Max Bien. Natalie Bonesack. Yeso Olivia Bach. Nicholas Bowers.
Brandon Bowman.
Maxwell Brewer. Elijah Brooks. Gavin Brooks. Neve Brooks. Christian Brown. Jensen Brook. Thomas Bryant. Colin Bullman. Cal Bunell. Donovan Birch Hubler.
Aria Burton Wiseman.
Ma Wodia Kamara Keita. Maya Campbell. Solana Campbell. Julissa Carmona Cano. Michaela Carter. Sophia Castilla. Drew Champenoise. Taliana Chantharanksi. Zan Charania. Srinithya Chiraviri.
Yenho Choi. Carlos Chow. Cisse. Sori Cisse. Sarah Conley. Jasmine Contreras Alaman.
Go ahead. Andy Contreras Trejo.
William Cook Diamond. Caden Cousins. Keziah Coward. Akshar Kaulagi. Kamara Crawford. Adrian Cross. Ethan Crumrine. Ashley Cruz Juarez. Alexander Dane. Tristan Dabney. Jabril Dari. Cornelius Davis. Congratulations. Sincere Davis. Cody Delp. Ryan DePaw. Cameron Dew. Lavano Dar. Lamarana Jakite.
Lauren Dickerson.
V Deep. Alvino Dixon. Zion Daughtery. Mohammed Dambuya. Eli Driscoll.
Elijah Easley.
Azar Elmore.
Cecilia Embry.
Anna Esper. Cameron Esper. Maria Farah. Madison Feising. Liliana Francis. Alicia Fraser. John V.A. Freiheit. Akil Fry. Nathan Gabor. Aiden Gadapali. Go ahead. Skylar Gadsden. Anita Gayenko. Esther Gahunde. John Gao. Avela Garcia Ekbo. Mia Sol Garcia. Isaac Gardner. Luis Garduno Isordia. Charlie Garner IV. Joshua Garnett. Rayan Gusani. Kylie Gibbs. Rihanna Gleason. Haley Glover. Lucy Goebel.
Jaden Golden. Abhay Gondesi. Go ahead. Pedro Gonzalez. Ryan Gonzalez. Nasir Good. Trinity Goodine. Daquan Green. Jada Greer. Kevin Grosscup. Braylon Hairston. Malik Hamad. Zachary Hamill. Grace Hammond. Jacob Hammond. Andrew Harding. Alexander Harris. Elijah Hayward. Jackson Hayward. Hassan Hijazi. Daniel Hamadi. Caroline Hamala. Preston Hermanson. Victor Heskia. Charlotte Hildebrandt. Brandon Hinkle. Brendan Hish. Hal Hoffmeyer. Desmond Hollins. Maria Danielle Marie Hopkins. Christian Hudson. Jack Humphreys. Kennedy Hutchings.
Mako Iria.
Courtney Jackson.
Kriya Jaganesh.
Olivia Jenkins.
Amelia Johnson.
Gabby Johnson.
Lauren Johnson. Deshaun Jones. Jonathan Jordan. Shri Tharika Jothapuram Jayakumar. Julian Juarez. Sade Judkins. Ty Career. Ty Career. Matthew Kostelnik. Jackson Kiefer. Joya Keith. Anna Kelly. Samuel Correques.
Anne-Marie Kerfoot.
Gabriella Kerr. Muhammad Khadija. Nea Kana. Brandon Kim. Joseph Kim. You okay? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Doyen Rachel Kim. Taein Kim. Go ahead. Zachary Kendrick. Vanya Krishna. Go ahead. Ethan Koo. Carson Kukarski. Rohan Kumar. Sophia Lamb.
Justin J.D. Latham.
Carter Lauer. Emily Law. Andy Lee. Brian Lee. Eric Lee. Minsa Lee. Jordan Leva. Claire Leone. Jocelyn Lerma. Nathan Leung. Kalita Lewis. Ryan Lynn. Nancy Liu. Taya Loomis. Diego Lopez. Maya Lopez. Gabriella Lovell. Gregory Lyle. Valerie Lynch. Noah Maldonado. Isaiah Mallory. Grace Marks.
Siegfried Martin. Raul Martinez Delgado. Jesus Martinez Ponce.
Okay, got you.
Gabriella Mayrand.
Mamie Mang.
Haley McClung Compton. Cordelia McGovern. Galliana Layla Jonay McCrabe. Ashley Meath. It's okay. Melinda May. Elise Mintz. Esteban Mercado. Adam Meredith. Alexander Meredith. Stefano Minetti. Aaliyah Mitchell. Dean Molnar III. Sincere Monroe. Joaquin Moore. Taya Morgan. Kendrick Morning. Amelia Mascara. Samuel Mungar. Mohammed Neji. Richa Narapa. Chloe Nielsen. Franik Orlowski. Elian Ortega Ruiz. Anthony Pace. Rohan Punjabi. Giacomo Paletti. Andrew Park. Cross Park.
Mackenzie Parker.
Keshav Pichek.
Grant Patterson. I love you too, honey. Misko Pollocky.
Liam Pemberton. Saria Penn. Rachel Perlman.
Tobias Peters.
Ruthann Peterson. Celine Pham. Lalin Paidavang. David Phillip. Kevin Phillips. Lillian Pinsky. Keyshawn Pittman. Maya Pittman. Giorgio Pitts. Arnel Porta Sands. Asa Price. Gabriel Priestley.
Juan Ramirez. Ran Rafiq. Muhammad Ramani. Eric Ramos Martinez. Marissa Randall. Micah Ray. Samuel Reed. Jack Regan. Samuel Regenbogen. Justine Riley. Armando Reyes. Vincent Reynolds. Liam Ridnor. Barris Rios Acosto. Aaron Ritz. Samantha Robins. Ilea Robinson. Demaya Rogers. Adelaide Romero. Amelia Rourke. Mariana Rosas Martinez. James Rosewig. Shayla Robertson. Elijah Ross McGill. Allison Ruff. Zyra Ruff. Lydia Ristia. Madeline Ryan. Danielle Sackett. Anthea Sakamoto. Sawako Sakamoto. Vanessa Salazar Hernandez. John Salvato.
Emiko Sano.
Charles Sasatani. Marshall Swartz. Celeste Scott. Sky Scott. Lorelei Sell. Hajara Sharker. Tarun Sharma. Give me your name. Sonia Shakilar. Alexander Shirk. Evangeline Sakenga. Amaya Sims. Dyson Sims. Dhruv Singh. Madhav Sivadasan. Jayla Slay. Kyle Smith. Rihanna Souza Stadil. Bradley Spector. Terrence Springer. Vincent Stevens.
Ryan Stewart.
Avery Streeter. Satara. I'll say it again. Satara Supermarian. Madeline Tai. Angelina Talampas. Carter Tamblin. Daniel Tan.
Dhrithi Tejavi. Grezagir Tesfamariam. Vivek Tiwari. Kareem Tabata. Nithin Thopper. Jordan Kendall Thomas. Sanajay Thomas. Elizabeth Thompson. Carl Thorson. Evan Tinkham. Maya Tipton.
Isaiah Tobias.
Maury Toure. Jalen Trent.
Arissa Tucker.
Romello Turner. Evelyn Valdez Zamora. Andrew Vandermolen. Mario Vega Quintanilla. Dennis Vega. Gemma Villu. Bernice Venegas Gonzalez. Anaru Venkat. John Verga. Joshua Wagner. Elizabeth Walkowski. Jeffrey Wong. Alvin Ward III. Dylan Waugh. Vivian Waugh. Kendall Webb. Lucas Weintraub. Anthony Wierzbicki.
Maxine Wilkins.
Alexa Williams Lall. Drew Williams.
Peyton Williams.
Samaria Williams. Mina Willing.
Jacob Wing.
Benjamin Wizauer. Amelia Wu. Anna Wyman.
Jasmine Zhu.
Varun Yalavarti. Leo Yates. Jinho Yi. Sena Yoshida.
Maya Young.
Miliani Youngman. Hunan Yusuf. Aryan Zali. Giselle Zhang. Zoe Zhang. Julia Zhu.
Wait till she sits down. Get ready to go. Look at Rashid. Will the class of 2024 please rise? Please move your tassels from right to left. You are now Huron alumni. Congratulations.